friends! Welcome back to Belle's Library. I'm Heather. Today we're going to be wrapping up how I did with my 2021 goals. Now, definitely kind of going to be interesting. I was really doing well with kind of keeping up and tracking quarterly how I was doing for the first and second quarter of the year. And then things just kind of like fizzled and fell out. And then I went into, we're moving across country at the end of the year. I need to read all the books off my bookshelf, and let's just throw all these goals out the window because there's a million other things going on, and I need to focus on these books and not be picking up any other books. And it went a little wonky towards the end of the year. So I just am not sure that this went quite as well as I had planned. And I feel like that happens anyways with goals, right? We start out the year and we're like, yes, gung-ho, let's do it. And then it just kind of, anyways. So let's see how I did with my goals that I had set up for 2021 and see how atrocious it actually went. Before we do though, get down below, click subscribe if you haven't already. I also have my Goodreads and Instagram down there so we can talk bookish on all of the channels. I would love to chat with you guys, so do that really quick and let's go ahead and jump into how I did with my goals here. Goal number 1, read 104 books for the year. I had set 104 because I read 103 in 2020 and I was like, I'm gonna read one more than that. I read 194 books, so there you go. Definitely like, wow, I am amazed that I read that many books. And I was almost thinking I was gonna hit 200, but I kind of got a little slumpy in November and December. So that kind of got a little rough, but 194 books, that is so many books, wow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that again at all, which is fine. But definitely had a great reading year, I feel like. So it was not a lack of quality. So this next goal, I put in to finish at least 50% of the sequels to book series that I started in 2020. And I had made a graphic for this, and I think I deleted it because I couldn't find it. But basically, I had a graphic of all the series or sequels to series I had started, and I wanted to finish half of those. And I had put that I needed to finish about 2 of those per month to kind of hit this goal. I finished 14 total sequels to series I started in 2020, so I'm thinking that I did, unless like I somehow was counting sequels that I started in 2021 somehow. But I believe that I hit this goal, but I also started so many new series that I kind of negated this entire thing. Like, yeah, I have like probably close to 40 series right now that I'm working on finishing up that I really need to just like slow it down, and I need to finish some series, but you know, I'm probably going to start a whole bunch more new ones. I just also really need to finish some. Anyways, we're not talking about this next year. We're talking about how I did last year. So that was, I guess, a win. I read 14, not 12. So the first 2 were good. Number 3. Not start a new series without finishing a different one first. Yeah, totally failed this one. I tried in the beginning of the year. I remember in January, February, I was like really trying. And then I just tanked. And I was just like, no, this is too hard. I want to start this series. I want to try this book. I want to do this. I want to add this book into this video idea. And it just, yeah, that did not go well. Did not go well at all. Number 4, I wanted to read more books from authors of color. In 2020, I had read about 20%. So I said, oh, let's read 30% this year. Let's bump it up 10%. That did not work out. I read 21%. So it was a slight bit more, but not much. And I definitely want to get better about this in this next year. This one I was actually doing better with. And then again, I was reading off my shelves, and it was books that I had collected before I was really like trying to be more mindful of this. And unfortunately, I just had a lot of white authors on my shelf. And that just meant that that number just like really dwindled towards the end of this year. And I knew that was going to happen, but I really needed to read the books on my shelves and see if I wanted to keep them and take them with me from California to Tennessee. And so I'm really like this next year, really hoping that that's going to be a totally different thing. Like, that's one of my goals again, is to really increase that number, and I think I can do it. My next goal was to reread more books. Great idea, because I would love, there's so many books that I'm like, I would love to reread that and see some of the stuff that I missed, and I would just like love to envelop myself in some of these worlds a little bit more again because I love them so much. And so I was thinking I would reread like one book a month, like some of my favorites. And nope, didn't do that. I think most of my rereading was like I reread some like series that I was continuing. I reread the books I already read and to kind of like refresh. And then I had a couple books that I reread that were books I read in my childhood that I was like, oh, I want to reread these and just remember what they were about, what was going on. And nothing that like I was actually planning on rereading. So I reread a total of like 7 books. So the next one, I made this graphic with a bunch of backlist reads that I was super interested in getting to that I wanted to kind of prioritize because I have this huge Goodreads TBR, but there's like also certain books that I'm just more interested in than other ones. And I wanted to have kind of a visual to be like, these are the books I want to prioritize and read. Don't get distracted by all these other things that you also want to read. And like, let's try and get through some of these ones that you're just like, you keep thinking about and then you're not picking up or whatever. I don't know. I wanted a better visual. So I said, let's try and finish 1/3 of this graphic. So there was 84 books total in the whole thing. So I needed to finish at least 28 of those books to kind of finish off 1/3 of those. And I finished 38. So about 45% of those books, which is awesome. And I think that definitely helped me. I'm a much more visual person and like seeing it just kind of the covers all laid out, very helpful for me. Helped me kind of just be able to look at that and be like, yeah, let's read that now. Let's read that. Oh, that sounds good. Number 7, start Belle's Bookland. So I did start that last year in February. So this month of January, finished my 12th round of playing Belle's Bookland. I love it. It is so much fun. And I will link it for you guys if you haven't watched it. Number 8, I wanted to do the buzzword athon challenge, and I did complete 10 of the 12. So this one, there's like a prompt for each month of the year that you're trying to find in a book, and yeah, I finished 10 out of the 12. So I'm gonna count it as a win because, I mean, that's still like an A or a B or something, right? I think. And yeah, it was pretty close. One of the months I read a book for it just like a month or 2 later because I was like, I'm gonna try and catch it up, but I don't know if it really counts. One of the other months, I don't even remember what it was. I just missed it. My goal number 9 was that I wanted to read more horror books in 2021. So in 2020, I had read only 9 books, and it was just something like I just kept seeing a ton of different books I was like super interested in, and I was like, it sounds intriguing, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't picking up a lot of horror novels. So I was like, let's just pick up a little bit more, like more than 9 books, right? Just like, let's increase that. I actually ended up reading 41 books in this category. It was my second most read category for 2021, which is crazy, like how much I just totally jumped up there in this genre and really enjoyed just getting into it a little bit more. And then number 10 is kind of in the same vein. I wanted to read more sci-fi books, which, oh my gosh, this is definitely one of those genres that like has slowly been sneaking up on me. I didn't realize I was going to enjoy so much, but I've been really enjoying it. So in 2020, I only read 4 sci-fi books, and in 2021, I read 18. So I quadrupled that number, a little bit more than quadrupled it, which is incredible as well. And I really enjoyed so much there, and I am excited to read more sci-fi, 100%. Got 2 more goals here. So number 11 was to read more from my shelves. When I was counting up at the beginning of 2021, I had read about 43% of the books on my shelves, and I wanted to get to 63% of the books on my shelves being read. I have no idea where this number's at. I can't unpack all my books right now. I'm in my parents' house at the moment doing this filming, but we live in like a little 1-bedroom apartment on their property, and I just can't unpack all my books to look at them. I've also gotten rid of a ton of books because we moved and I couldn't bring them all with me. I don't know where that's at right now, unfortunately, so I can't really answer this question. I think it might be better just because I did unhaul so many books and I was trying to read so much at the end of the year. But I don't know. And then the last one was that I wanted to read more LGBTQ plus rep. I put my goal at least 20 books for the year, and I figured that would be 1 to 2 books a month. and I surpassed this. I read 34 books where it was the main character had this type of rep, and 31 books where the representation was present within it. So that's 65 books in total. So yeah, I totally blew that one out of the water. That was no problem. Very much enjoyed getting into that a little bit more this past year. So there it is. That is my wrap up for my 2021 goals and how I did. I believe my 2022 goals should already be up, so I will link that so you can see what I decided to kind of change and go with for this new year and what my plans are. I have a little bit less goals and kind of just tweaked a few things, definitely added in some different things. I don't know. That's fun. I like to set goals, and I'm going to try and keep up on them this year. It's going to happen. So let me know how you guys did for your goals for 2021. I would love to hear about it down below. Also, if you made it this far, definitely throw, like, I don't know, some type of wintry emoji down below, because just got a ton of snow a couple of days ago and made snowmans, and I don't know, just something snowy or like a fireplace or something would be super fun. Would love to hear from you guys, or just say hey, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.